I mean, it could happen. I mean, why not? If Crawford wanna challenge himself to be great, let him try to be great. So you know what I'm saying. I'm with it. So I'll be going for Bud. If he fight Canelo.
Step right here and roll.
He's a little overrated.
Terrence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds.
Canelo's really good. Really good. But I think Crawford is special. I know he hasn't fought the resume everyone wants.
Errol Spence Jr. has finally broken his silence after joining Terrence Crawford in training camp ahead of the highly anticipated fight against Canelo Alvarez. Spence, in his first words since teaming up with his old rival, commended Crawford's concentration, work ethic, and approach heading into the biggest fight of his career. The unexpected cooperation between the two has sparked interest in the boxing world, demonstrating mutual respect and a common objective of making history.
Listen, however they rate me, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we got to fight, and I'm going to win the fight. It's simple as that.
Can I ask you about if there's any rematch clause with this fight with Canelo?
No, it's not.
Is that something you push for?
No, I didn't.
And there's any weight restrictions to the fight at all?
No, it's not.
A lot of fighters would like to put on a weight restriction to this type of fight. Why didn't you want to do that?
Because I want him at his best. I don't want no excuses. I don't want no, reasons why, he didn't feel good or anything. I want him at his best.
Spence Jr. has expressed admiration for Crawford ahead of his major battle against Canelo Alvarez, calling him a powerful person. Spence, who battled with timing and suffered a lot of punishment in their 2023 fight, used those two adjectives to describe Crawford's dominance in the ring. He also mentioned that Canelo once climbed up in weight, exactly as Crawford is doing now, which is why Spence believes, but has a good chance of pulling it off.
I mean, it could happen. I mean, why not? If Crawford wanna challenge himself to be great, let him try to be great. So you know what I'm saying. I'm with it. So I'll be going for Bud. If he fight Canelo, I'll be going for him. I mean, I don't know if he gonna win or lose, but I definitely be going for Crawford. I think if anybody can pull it off, he can pull it off.
Yeah.
He's chasing greatness, so why not? Canelo came up to 175 and all that, and fought Kovalev and fought the other guy too. So I mean, if he can do it, and he started at 147. So I mean, if he doing it, why can't Crawford do it?
So recently, Errol Spence just backed Terrence Crawford to beat Canelo Alvarez in the upcoming fight, September the 13th. And now you got a whole lot of people making a whole lot of noise about it, which is crazy because if y'all remember, Errol Spence, he been calling out Canelo Alvarez for years. Remember when Canelo Alvarez was still at 160, Errol was saying that he'll move up to 160 just to fight Canelo Alvarez. I guess because he's seen something in Canelo that he can exploit. And being as though that Terrence beat the shit out of Errol Spence last year, I guess he felt like he can do the same thing to him too.
Crawford is taking a significant risk to create history by stepping up to weight classes to face Canelo Alvarez for the undisputed super middleweight belt on September 13, 2025. This fight is being billed as one of the biggest in boxing. However, Crawford has stated unequivocally that he has no desire to fight Spence Jr. again. He simply rejected the concept.
Terrence Bud Crawford is aiming for a Canelo Alvarez clash at 168 to become undisputed for a third time in a third weight division, something that has never been done. They're talking about Canelo Alvarez's 2 fights this year in May and September is going to be potentially versus Jamal Charlo and Terrence Crawford in September on the back end. For Canelo, of course, we want to see him fight David Benavidez, David Morrell, dig what I'm saying? So I know, this might not be what y'all want to see from Canelo, but for Terrence Crawford, I like the idea. It looks like Errol Spence is going to do other things as opposed to fighting Terrence Crawford in a rematch. So Terrence Crawford in the gym right now, getting ready, staying prepared. And I would like to see him challenge himself versus Canelo. He done did everything else in the sport. And I mean,
Bernard Hopkins highlighted Crawford's severe toll on Spence in their previous battle, claiming it was like 3 fights in one and ripped for fights out of Spence. Hopkins highlighted that as a seasoned fighter, He understands how such a hard punishment may shave years, or at least important prime years, off a boxer's career. Though the damage is not immediately apparent, it can have an impact on a fighter's trajectory.
Crawford. Billy Crawford, even though, fought twice, throughout the year, Crawford, was...
But look who he beat.
Undisputed.
Look who he beat. Look who he beat. What he did to Spence and how he did it. That's 3 fights to me. And it took 4 fights out of Spence, right? I'm a fighter, so I can tell you when you get punished like that.
Yeah, I was there ringside watching the fight.
It takes a few years out of you. Don't see the years right now, but it sort of takes something out of that person going forward. They still can beat some fights, but it really put a bruise on them. You didn't see Spence fight yet, did you?
No.
Did you hear him name opponent for him to potentially fight? It's been quiet. You see the weight he gained?
Shocker Stevenson is not holding back when it comes to predicting this mega showdown. He believes Crawford has the potential to not just defeat Canelo, but also to stop him. Stevenson has long maintained that Crawford's boxing IQ, southpaw mobility, and power made him the best boxer, and he has been vocal about it for several years. He's made his position known, stating Crawford can stop Canelo and, more clearly, but is going to cook Canelo, implying a knockout is within reach. Crawford's technique and versatility, according to Stevenson, have the potential to turn an impossible situation into an upset victory.
Bud gonna cook Canelo. I think he's gonna cook him. I think, Canelo a hell of a fighter, but I think Bud just got all the tools to beat him.
You don't think the weight difference is gonna be too big of an advantage?
I think y'all make that something, in certain fights,
boxing makes it something, not us.
like if this was like a Benavidez, he's actually a lot bigger than Bud, so that would apply. But I feel like with Canelo, he's physically kind of big, but height wise, he's kind of small. So I don't think so now.
Corey, how you got a decision established? Because Breadman and Boozy think that Bud actually might stop him.
Me and Boozy talked about that. That's crazy. Me and him got on the phone, talked about it, but I think that's possible. I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but I think it's a possibility if Canelo gets to acting out of line and not understanding that Bud can crack too. So
Michael Jan White, the martial artist and actor who played Mike Tyson in HBO's film, strongly supports Crawford over Canelo in their upcoming fight. In an interview, White dismissed Canelo as the favorite, saying simply no, and compared the fight to Mayweather-Canelo, with Crawford's quickness and unusual approach giving him the advantage. He praised Crawford's agility and ring craft, visualizing him outpointing Canelo, as Mayweather did despite Canelo's progress.
Canelo versus Terrence Crawford.
Yeah.
Do you feel that Canelo's gonna win?
No.
Really?
No.
So you would put your money on Crawford?
Yes.
You'd make money. Just put that out there. Why do you think Crawford's going to beat him?
Because Crawford could find people to fight like Canelo, who is amazing. Canelo has he evolved. I saw how he evolved defensively and everything. I just don't think he's as fast as Crawford. And I think Crawford is just a little step ahead as far as movement is concerned. And so I think it's going to be Mayweather Canelo Part 2. That's what I think. Crawford ain't gonna knock him out, but I don't know if Canelo's gonna land very solidly on Crawford. Canelo's way better now, but I still think there's an edge. It won't necessarily be exactly like that, but I think he'll edge him out point-wise. All you need is that little bit of an edge. And I think Crawford has that.
Former champion Antonio Tarver has also expressed a strong opinion on the upcoming fight. He feels Crawford can defeat Canelo if he can manage his power at 168 pounds. Tarver brings to Crawford's top-level boxing ability the main concern is whether he can withstand the powerful punches that come with moving up in weight. If Crawford can handle with Canelo's power, Tarver is certain that everything else, including his speed, ring smarts, and precision, will give Crawford an advantage in pulling off a major upset. However,
Terrence gotta be Terrence, bro. He's a real deep thinker. He processed fights like nobody else. And he's processed this Canelo fight. He's seen it. He went through it 2 or 3 times already. He knows how this ends. You can tell the way he shadow boxes. He visualizing Canelo being right there in front of him. You understand? Look at the movement. That's all you got to do. Look at the movement. And that's the type of master boxer that Canelo is going to be facing. And the only thing I say is Canelo hasn't faced an opponent like this in a long time. You know what I mean? I think Canelo's going to have to go back to the Caleb Plant fight and look that good, that active, that, you feel me, moving with that type of grace to beat Terrence Crawford. Because weight ain't going to make the difference. It ain't going to be the weight. It's going to be the skill set.
Israel Madrimov, who lost to Crawford in 2024, disagrees, delivering a brutally honest assessment of Crawford's forthcoming super middleweight fight against Canelo Alvarez. He explained, "It's a whole different weight class. Canelo will win, I believe, by decision." Madrimov believes that while Crawford has power, knowledge, and experience, Canelo has a physical advantage at 168 pounds.
If 12 rounds, Crawford win, I think.
Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, what do you think about that fight if they did fight? Looks like it's up for September.
Good fight. You know, if 168 pounds, I think it's Canelo, but it's Canelo better technique because 50-50. If 12 rounds, Crawford win, I think. If knockout, it's Canelo.
What makes Crawford so difficult to fight against?
He has power, smart, in more practical.
He has more experience. He's very experienced.
Former world champion Amir Khan, who has fought both fighters, predicts an easy night for Crawford. He emphasizes Bud's combination of exceptional skill, accuracy, footwork, boxing IQ, and slickness, saying Crawford is considerably more difficult to hit than Canelo ever was.
That Crawford could beat him because Crawford is a big 147 fighter and is strong as well, which a lot of people don't give him the credit for. I think that fight, if it does happen, as long as Crawford stays away and just boxes and be smart, he can win that fight. I think Crawford's a better fighter than Charlo, and he's a smart fighter as well. He switches and everything, so that would be a very good fight.
You fought them both. Like, what are the differences between them? Canelo's strong and he's easily hit. Very easily hit, very easily. Compared to when I fought against Crawford, I couldn't hit clean. They both hit hard because, and you could see the strength when I was fighting against Crawford. He is very strong as well. So look, yeah, but why does he need to give that much away? He's pound for pound #1 in the world. Why does he have to go for fighting Canelo?
While admitting Canelo's tremendous blows, Khan thinks Crawford also hits hard, and timing may favor him because Canelo is not the same fighter he was in 2016. If Crawford avoids Canelo's powerful strikes, Khan believes Crawford will easily win the bout.
With Canelo, is it so substantially bigger than all the other fights?
It was like ×4.
Wow.
King hell.
Yeah.
×3, 4, yeah.
Yeah, that's what.
Crazy money.
He's such a draw,
so
isn't
when that deal was put to me, and I was like, it was about like 11M.
Oh,
wow.
I didn't even want to talk to them.
11, 12, call it.
We appreciate that for the second.
Absolutely, yeah.
11, 12 million, yeah. So when you look at that, you think, if I had to look at it this way, if I had to fight, I have to fight Danny Garcia, Kotelnik, Zab Judah, Peterson, and maybe like a Greco, 5 fights.
All to make that much dough.
No, and that's not it's not the fight that's hard, it's the training camps.
Yeah.
So when you get an opportunity like that, you're gonna take it because you know that it's only one fight, whereas instead of you taking 5 fights, now Canelo knocked me out, fine, knocked me out with one shot, you know what I mean, but you probably take more damage than that.
Joe Rogan has also shown his support for Crawford in the highly anticipated fight. He stated empathetically, "I like Crawford despite widespread concerns about size and power margins. Crawford is considered as the best switch hitter, capable of moving between southpaw and orthodox while keeping high ring IQ." Rogan also revealed his main reservation: He hopes Crawford is large enough for Canelo, who hits hard. Teddy Atlas, a renowned trainer, is confident Crawford will defeat Canelo. He believes Crawford, who has faced quality fighters at 147 and 154 pounds, has upped his game and will only improve as he moves up to 168. Atlas emphasizes Crawford's speed, ring IQ, and flexibility, comparing his abilities to those of Sugar Ray Leonard and describing him as exceptional, even more so than Canelo.
Maybe he's a little overrated.
Terrence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds.
Canelo's really good. Really good. But I think Crawford is special. I know he hasn't fought the resume everyone wants, but you have that or you don't have that ingredient. I think he has it. Canelo's really good. He's tremendous. But could he be a tiny bit overrated? The greatness is within Crawford. It's in his desire, it's in his mind, it's in his makeup, where he came from. I know he's moving up in weight class, can he carry it? But those intangibles, I believe that he has them.
Oscar de la Hoya has criticized both the bout and the promotion. He admires Terrence Crawford's ambition and mastery, but wonders if he has the strength and endurance to endure Canelo's constant pressure, observing that the welterweight may suffer after round 6 or 7. De La Hoya also criticized the manufactured nature of the press conferences, referring to live dinner photos and shoves as artificial drama, stressing that fans need a war, not a commercial spectacle.
Because you have Crawford jumping up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo, who's a natural light heavyweight. Crawford, who couldn't push back Madrimov. Life and death with Madrimov. What do you think Canelo's gonna do to him? Run him out of the ring. You know what's laughable also? Dana White being named the promoter of this fight, considering he's never been in the boxing space. Has no stable of boxers. He didn't negotiate. And is being handed this fight on a silver platter and called promoter. He's the trust fund baby of boxing. That's it. The trust fund baby of boxing. And get this, the fight will take place during the day on September 13th in Las Vegas. During the day. So Canelo will fight during the day on Netflix just to accommodate UFC Noche later that evening on a different network. So does that mean this fight isn't important? Do they not give a about the fans or viewership? Why is it that Canelo has to fight during the day on Mexican Independence Weekend? And UFC with a roster of names I've never heard of is going on prime time. Cinco de Mayo. He's fighting in Riyadh and now he's fighting during the day on the biggest weekend in boxing. Yeah, Canelo will fight anywhere. Anytime he's told because he doesn't give a... All he cares is about the money. Doesn't give a fans.
Yaron Boutsanis, the current IBF welterweight champion, believes Crawford is taking a risk by moving up to weight classes to face Canelo. Ennis advised Crawford to fight a tune-up bout at 160 pounds to adjust to larger opponents. You need to lean further towards Canelo. He's been putting out large dudes, and Crawford is a little smaller. He emphasized Canelo's power and expertise at super middleweight, emphasizing that the Mexican has knocked out much larger opponents. Ennis' message is obvious. Crawford should stay sharp and gain momentum before stepping into that mega fight. As the massive clash with Crawford approaches, Canelo has gone full beast mode. Fans were surprised after seeing his final training session left him with an extremely toned figure. His sharp definition and power-packed fitness indicate that the fighter is entering his most formidable form yet. Behind the scenes, Canelo's rigorous training regimen of early morning runs, explosive power circuits, core conditioning, and sparring with Olympic standout Darryl Vallant has left even his crew stunned by the intensity of his preparation.
I think you gotta lean more towards Canelo because, like I said before, he been putting big guys out and down, and Canelo not even really a 68 pounder. He probably really should be at 60 maybe, and he been hurting these guys. I think he be driving these guys and things like that. So, and them guys be way bigger than him come fight night. I know that for sure. They be probably close to 200 pounds, and he dropping those guys like that. So, I don't know. It's gonna be a great fight. The fans want to see it, so so be it. I think Crawford should take a warm-up fight. At like 60 or like at least at 60, just to get his body, to fill into somebody a little bit bigger, and things like that. I know when you go up a weight, you gotta, develop that power and not develop the power, but like put that muscle on and be heavier and things like that. So he might not want to take a fight because he's trying to build up right now. But I think he should, just to stay sharp and that way he don't have like a long layoff or anything like that.
The bout has generated mixed reactions from fans. Many describe Canelo's previous fight against William Skull as utter trash, a record-breaking snoozer with few punches, raising doubts about this mega fight. Crawford's training and size growth have raised concerns among fans, whether his weight gain of 168 pounds has an impact on his speed and strength. Memes ridiculing the build-up have circulated on social media, as has speculation that press conference actions such as Canelo's shove were manufactured to create drama. Other fans remain fascinated. There is debate about whether Crawford's agility or Canelo's strength will win.
Canelo is so predictable, dude. A hook is coming. When the right hand is coming. He's going down to the body. He gives it away. There's a tell with him. There really is. And it's usually off the high guard. He comes in, he marches forward, then boom. Crawford's gonna be able to see all of that. He's too knowledgeable inside the ring. His IQ is too high. If he can avoid the shots, avoid the big bump, and not get knocked out, he can outbox Canelo. It doesn't matter. He don't have to knock him out. He can outbox him, outpoint him. So that's my opinion, bro. That's what I think.
What do you think of Spence Jr.'s perspective on the fight? Do you think Crawford is strong enough to defeat Canelo? Please share your ideas in the comments below.